Welcome to Books in Minutes. Today, we're diving into one of the most haunting and thought-provoking novels ever written, Lord of the Flies by William Golding. This is not just a story about boys stranded on an island. It's a story about human nature itself, how civilization can crumble, and how the darkness within us all can rise when rules disappear. So sit back, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's explore Lord of the Flies. The story begins during a wartime evacuation. A group of British schoolboys find themselves stranded on a deserted tropical island after their plane crashes. No adults survive. Suddenly, they're left to fend for themselves. No teachers, no parents, no rules. At first, the boys are excited. Freedom! No one to scold them, no homework, no punishments. It feels like paradise. They gather on the beach and try to bring some order. A fair-haired boy named Ralph becomes the leader, chosen because of his calm presence and the conch shell he discovers, a symbol of authority used to call meetings. Ralph stresses the need for rules, for building shelters, and most importantly, for keeping a signal fire burning so they can be rescued. But another boy, Jack, obsessed with hunting pigs, clashes with Ralph's priorities. Here we see the first seeds of conflict, order versus savagery. The boys' first attempt at a signal fire goes out of control, burning part of the forest. A little boy disappears, likely killed by the flames. It's the first sign that their freedom has dangerous costs. As days pass, their fear grows. A rumor spreads of a beast lurking on the island. The younger children, the little ones, are terrified. Most of the older boys laugh it all, but even they begin to wonder. The fire, meant to be a signal of hope, becomes a source of tension. Ralph insists it must never go out. Jack, however, is more interested in painting his face, hunting pigs, and dancing in wild, primal rituals. Slowly, civilization starts slipping away. The power struggle between Ralph and Jack intensifies. Ralph represents structure, rules, and the hope of rescue. Jack represents freedom from rules, primal instincts, and power through fear. At first, most boys support Ralph, but as Jack offers feasts of roasted pig and wild dances, many begin to follow him. The thrill of the hunt and the promise of belonging prove stronger than Ralph's appeals to duty. Meanwhile, Piggy, the overweight, intelligent boy, warns against giving in to fear and violence. He clings to logic and reason, but he's mocked and bullied for his appearance. His broken glasses, used to start the fire, become another symbol, the fragile line between civilization and chaos. One of the most sensitive boys, Simon, often wanders alone. He senses that the real beast is not a creature out there in the forest, but something inside the boys themselves. In one haunting scene, Simon hallucinates and confronts the Lord of the Flies, a pig's head on a stick swarming with flies. The grotesque figure seems to speak to him, whispering that the beast isn't out there. It lives inside each boy. Evil is part of human nature. When Simon stumbles back to tell the others the truth, he walks into one of Jack's frenzied rituals. Mistaken for the beast in the darkness, Simon is brutally killed by the group in a storm of savage violence. The boys dance, chant, and murder their friend without realizing what they've done until it's too late. After Simon's death, Ralph and Piggy are horrified but powerless. Jack has now broken away completely, forming his own tribe of hunters. He rules through fear, violence, and the promise of meat. Soon, Jack's tribe raids Ralph's group and steals Piggy's glasses, leaving Ralph's group helpless to make fire. When Ralph and Piggy confront Jack, the confrontation turns deadly. A massive boulder is pushed from the cliff, crushing Piggy. The conch shell, symbol of order and authority, shatters into pieces. With it, civilization is gone. Now Ralph is alone. Jack and his hunters turn on him completely. They set the forest ablaze, hunting him like an animal. The island, once a paradise, becomes a fiery hellscape. As Ralph flees for his life, he bursts onto the beach and then suddenly stops. Before him stands a naval officer, drawn by the massive smoke from the fire. The boys are rescued, but not because of their careful signal fire. Ironically, it is the fire of destruction set to kill Ralph that brings salvation. The officer is shocked by the savagery he sees, but he too represents the world at war, a reminder that the darkness of humanity is not limited to children on an island, but present in adults and nations as well. Ralph weeps for the loss of innocence, for Piggy, for Simon, and for the darkness in the human heart. And that is Lord of the Flies by William Golding, a haunting story that reveals a terrifying truth. When rules vanish and fear takes over, civilization can collapse, and human beings can become their own worst enemies. Golding's message is clear. The real beast isn't hiding in the jungle, it's inside us. Thank you for watching Books and Minutes. If you found this simile insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. More powerful book summaries are coming your way soon.